Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends, because what we're about to unpack is one of the biggest political shake-ups happening right now in South Africa. We're diving deep into the storm surrounding the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Dean Macpherson, and the bombshell bribery allegations rocking the Independent Development Trust, also known as the IDT. This isn't just a scandal, this is a window into what happens when the rot of corruption meets the heat of accountability. So grab your popcorn, because this one is explosive. Now, if you've been following South African politics lately, you'd know that the IDT has long been under a cloud of suspicion. But this time, it's not just vague whispers in dark corridors, it's a full-blown expose, and the pressure is mounting. Allegations have surfaced that senior officials within the IDT may have solicited bribes in exchange for approving lucrative government contracts. We're talking about multi-million rand deals meant to fund schools, clinics, and community upliftment projects. The very essence of service delivery is now being dragged through the mud. And who is right in the middle of this chaotic unraveling? None other than Dean Macpherson, the recently appointed minister who now finds himself navigating the minefield of state capture leftovers, political power plays, and an institution drowning in scandal. But here's the twist, Macpherson isn't ducking for cover. In fact, he's charging straight into the fire. At a press briefing that sent shockwaves across the country, Macpherson confirmed that he had received detailed reports of alleged misconduct at the IDT and that investigations were already underway. No sugarcoating. No dodging. Just raw facts, and a promise that heads would roll if the allegations proved true. He didn't mince his words either. In front of the cameras and a nation watching closely, he said that anyone found guilty of soliciting or accepting bribes would be met with the full might of the law. But let's be clear, this isn't just about punishing a few bad apples. According to insiders, this could be just the tip of the iceberg. Sources close to the investigation suggest that a complex network of corruption may have been operating within the IDT for years, and that the same players involved in past scandals could be rearing their heads again, hidden behind contracts, shell companies, and dirty money. Now let's take a step back. What exactly is the IDT? The Independent Development Trust was established to help manage and implement development projects on behalf of government departments. Its job is to make sure that communities get the infrastructure they need, whether that's classrooms in rural areas, water systems in informal settlements, or housing for the vulnerable. In other words, it's supposed to be a pillar of progress, not a den of corruption. And yet, here we are. Once again, a South African institution that should be delivering hope is instead delivering headlines of disgrace. But this time, there's a different energy in the room. Because Macpherson isn't playing politics. He's playing offense. Not only has he instructed his department to fully cooperate with law enforcement, but he's also pushing for the implementation of real-time transparency mechanisms. That's right, Macpherson wants an overhaul of how contracts are awarded, how tenders are published, and how money is monitored from start to finish. If he succeeds, this could be a watershed moment in South Africa's fight against institutional corruption. But of course, it wouldn't be South African politics without resistance from the shadows. Already, whispers are emerging that some within the ruling party are uncomfortable with Macpherson's bold stance. He's a DA politician operating in a coalition government that is still trying to find its rhythm, and by rattling cages at the IDT, he's potentially shaking loose skeletons that some would prefer stay buried. But Macpherson, ever the straight shooter, is making it clear that this isn't about party loyalty. It's about public trust. Let's not forget the timing here. South Africa is still reeling from years of state capture, where institutions were hollowed out from the inside by corruption and political meddling. The Zondo Commission exposed the scale of the damage, but as many citizens have noted, real justice has been painfully slow. The IDT scandal could become a test case, a chance for the new government to prove that it's serious about turning the page. And if Macpherson's actions are anything to go by, the days of quiet cover-ups might finally be over. But what's next? That's the million-rand question. Several whistleblowers have come forward, and investigations are now being led by the Special Investigating Unit, SIU, and the Hawks. The outcome of those probes will determine just how far this corruption runs, and how high up the ladder it goes. There are even rumors swirling that external contractors and business people connected to politicians could soon be named. If that happens, brace yourself for a political earthquake. And as this story develops, the people of South Africa are watching. Tired of broken promises and empty apologies, citizens want to see accountability with teeth. They want to see jail time, asset seizures, and resignations, not more commissions, committees, and vague statements about lessons learned. And that's where Macpherson's boldness could either be his greatest strength or his greatest liability. Because taking on entrenched corruption isn't just about cleaning house, it's about going up against powerful interests who will stop at nothing to protect their influence. Still, there's something undeniably different about how this scandal is unfolding. Maybe it's the transparency. Maybe it's the urgency. Or maybe, just maybe, it's the sense that South Africans have had enough. They've seen what happens when corruption is allowed to fester. They've lived through service delivery protests, failing hospitals, broken schools, and bridges that go nowhere. So when a public official like Dean Macpherson steps up and says, "Not on my watch," people are listening. And they're hoping this isn't just another flash in the pan. So, as the investigation heats up and more names start emerging, we'll be right here breaking it all down for you. Is this the moment the IDT gets cleaned up once and for all? Will the arrest follow the money trail all the way to the top? Or will this end up as another cautionary tale in a country that's seen too many? We'll keep our eyes on it. But for now, all eyes are on Minister Macpherson, because the fight for South Africa's soul just got personal. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Is Macpherson the real deal? Or is this just more smoke and mirrors? Let us know. Until next time, stay alert, stay informed, and stay vocal.